What do you think the hardest part of your leadership role is that people don't necessarily see or wouldn't guess that that's difficult for you?
Um, as a chief medical officer, I'm part of an executive team that runs the hospital, and that team includes the hospital president, chief financial officer, who's runs all the books, the chief nursing officer, who's in charge of all the nurses. My job is the doctors who provide the care in the hospital. I'm not their boss necessarily, but what I do is I help coordinate them, make sure they've got the resources they need. If they need something, I'm there to help. And I'm also a voice for the executive team. It's good to have a doctor in the room to kind of guide the conversation and bring a clinical perspective to what we're saying. So the hardest part of my job, I think it's probably the part that's the hardest part for a lot of people's jobs in all sorts of industries. It's people.
Okay.
Managing people is really tough. And this gets back to those skills from freshman year in the dining hall. How good are you at conflict resolution? Because I will sometimes sit with a doctor and another doctor who are having a conflict. Maybe they both want the same resource and need to share it, or maybe they think differently about a way a certain kind of case should be managed. It's my job to kind of referee that, talk them through that. Well, those are skills you learn in the dining hall, in the dorm room, all through life, in those friend groups that are so important at that stage. How do you inspire people? How do you motivate people? So you're throwing a party. How do you get people to come? That's pretty much the same skill I need when I'm trying to rally the troops around a new hospital initiative. How do we get them excited? How do we get them to see that they want to do this too? It's the same thing. It's a little bit of sales, it's a little bit of understanding their perspective and speaking to that. And if you can do that to get them to show up at your party on Friday, you probably can do it as CMO 30 years later. Again, you're working on yourself when you're a young adult. How do you develop and maintain relationships? Meaning, how do you be a good friend? So these professional relationships that I have, that I draw on every day to do my job as CMO, they look a lot like the friendships I had in college.